in the Bugatti. You call me real, but don't call me body. City is ours, and look what we started. So where is the money? I'm coming to audit. Chris, we got it. Bars, we got it. Respect, we got it. You know that we don't play. At the end of the day, there's nothing you can say because we made it out the mud now. We finally touched down. Turn the lights off, but you can still see that buzz down. Squad, squad, squad. When you see me, better not raise your hand for the applaud. That's a get up. We don't ever give up. Turn the shit up. It's the soundtrack to life. Oh, 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 oh. To life, to life. Oh, 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 oh. To life. That's a get up. We don't ever give up. Turn the shit up. It's the soundtrack to life. Oh, 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 oh. To life, to life. Oh, 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 oh. To life. Gang, gang, gang. If you ain't squatted up, we can never be the same. And they got my back like book bags in first grade. I got fire flows, light us up, cause I'm bringing propane. Bass knock in your head, we can call it rocaine. And I'm gaining the money's lovely and fame. But in this city, we claiming this for the power we aiming. So where your crew at? Cause mine stay ready, but you knew that. And we kill 'em like Freddy. That's a get up, we don't ever give up. Turn the shit up, it's the soundtrack to life. Oh, 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 to life, to life. Oh, 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 to life. That's a get up, we don't ever give up. Turn the shit up, it's the soundtrack to life. Oh, 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 to life, to life. Oh, 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 to life. Rolling up in the Bugatti, you call me real, but don't call me body. City is ours, and look what we started. So where is the money? I'm coming to audit. Chris, we got it. Bars, we got it. Respect, we got it. You know that we don't play. At the end of the day, there's nothing you can say because we made it out the mud now. We finally touched down. Turn the lights off, but you can still see that buzz down. Squad, squad, squad. When you see me, better not raise your hand for the applaud. That's a get up. We don't ever give up. Turn the shit up. It's the soundtrack to life. Oh, 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 oh. To life, to life. Oh, 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 oh. To life. That's a get up. We don't ever give up. Turn the shit up. It's the soundtrack to life. Oh, 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 oh. To life, to life. Oh, 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 oh. To life.
Good morning and welcome in to the Rick Dog Network as we'll be grinding it out on the road to the show this morning. Thank you and welcome back to the network. Hopefully everything looks good and sounds good. I'm going to adjust just a little bit here. Early morning swing session. Sorry for wearing lime green in front of the green screen. Hopefully we can make it work. Just readjusting my feet as we have White Sox baseball coming your way. Sit back, relax, and strap it down. Sox and Oreos coming at you as we're 9 games under here in my road to the show. Thank you for joining me here on the Rick Dog Network. As I just got called up 20, 30 games ago here, my second season in Road to the Show. Thank you for joining me. Here, I'm playing shortstop, switch hitting shortstop. Also, two-way player, I pitch, so thank you for joining me here. Let's see if we get this party started. I haven't played in a couple days. Had a flood in the basement yesterday. So, life duty calls. Thank you for joining me. As it hasn't stopped raining here in Chicago. as the weather has been shitty, as it rained all through the Cubs and Sox game yesterday, but the Sox still able to put it on the Cubbies in the Crosstown Classic, which is earlier in the season this year, in May. Pretty sure. Ooh, I'm a little tardy on a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. I'm pretty sure the Major League mishandled. Like they've, I don't know what they've done with the Cubs Sox series, but it's held back. He gone. It's my first step bat here. He blew me away. How did they used to be 2 3-game series, both on the weekend, all in 1 week. So you'd play three games on 1 weekend. You'd wait the 5 days, Monday through, then 4 days, and then you play Friday through Sunday again. And it was a lot of fun. And you could do it dead smack in the middle of the summer. And whether the teams were good or not, it gave you something to be excited about. Now, that's a ball 2-0. Now you got both teams struggling here in May, and the weather sucks. This was not fun to watch. Didn't have the same feel to it. So hopefully they switch that around. I know next year with a different. He is safe. That's an RBI base hit. Nicely done there for the Rick Dog Network. As the sun still shining bright on the Rick Dog Network. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. So now they shorten it down to two-game series. Then they've won early in the season. Yeah, what the hell they're doing over there? They think, I don't know what they thought people weren't excited about it. They're trying to, I don't know. We love this shit here in Chicago. That's all we got. The Cubs will be done, so they play again in May, the end of May. Back. Oh, God. Did he get me? Got me. What the shit? I was talking shit. Oh, brother. Whatever. Good move. That was quick. Surprised me. Maybe he's not a Cubs Sox fan. But I mean, now it doesn't make any sense when they do these things. We're up 8-5. The Sox won 3-1 yesterday. Yes. Over the Cubs, which they look like they're going to be eventually down in the dumps there. I don't think they have enough pitching to hang in. Enough, I don't know. We'll see what happens when the weather gets nice here in Chicago. But ugly game in Chicago, wind blowing in. Tim Anderson was able to. It shows you how strong Tim Anderson is. Hits a homer in Wrigley Field. When it's cold out, this is a little betting tip for everybody in Chicago. When it's cold, when the weather is under 75 degrees, the wind is 99% of the time. That ball hit deep, blowing in at Wrigley. Whenever it's under 70 degrees, anytime it raises above, as I foul it off 1 and 2, 75, 80 degrees, the wind's blowing out, and it's going to be a high-scoring game. So you can do what you want with that one, and it's guaranteed. I worked there. I lived in that neighborhood. It's just once it gets a little warmer, the wind turns around and blows towards the lake. Yep, there you go. And the lake, got me. That was a good pitch. I should have did something with him. A little excited early this morning as it was Cubs Sox. Sox won 2 in a row. Can they turn it around? They got us on a string here. They will, I think. Once again, I'm a firm believer with a good hitting team. They're going to naturally get hot when the weather does, if it ever happens. I think today's another crummy, rainy day. Cubs and Sox. It'll be a good one. Giolito and Hendricks on the mound. Hopefully the weather holds up for that one. It's a classic matchup right there. Cubs and Sox. Little bit of excitement in the Sox trying to get it going. We'll see. Sox fans talking shit after a win. I don't know why. Oh, brother, do not throw that ball. Oh, ding. Gave him a base hit. Thank goodness. It's going to be a tough play. Yeah, so yesterday Kopech looked good as he was firing straight heat. So I went to the game on Monday at Kaminsky Park. It was, who's my guy on the mound, the young cat? Oh, he was firing away. Stand by, I'm trying to concentrate here. I'm around 1 to third. And he pitched his ass off. So if you could have him and Kopech, they're starting to get hot. And then you got Giolito coming back and doing his thing. That's 3 solid pitchers. I have no faith in the veteran Dallas Keuchel. Oh, brother. Dylan Cease pitched on Monday, so he's the one that you have. He looks like him and Kopech look like they have something special brewing. Their 1-2 punch, and then Giolito has already been. Go to second real quick. Giolito's already been growing as an ace. So that's 3 solid young pitchers under 25. Lance Lynn pulled an oblique muscle. I don't know how he did that as a fat guy. How does a fat guy pull a muscle? I'm not making fun of him. He said this himself. I'm stealing his own joke. So don't go canceling me for talking shit about fat people. I'm fat right now too. All right. So yeah. So we get him back, and he was a stud last year. But you just don't know how much you're going to get from him. And who's pitching? And tomorrow is the guy we just picked up, Velasquez. So he pitched. He looked good the last couple times. So if the pitching could bring it back up, they have a few injuries with Makata down in the minors, and some guys still trying to get back. Eloy Jimenez ran into a wall trying to get to first base. There's a shot, base hit. Get a little insurance run, another RBI for the Rick Dog Network. He's looking good, especially in RBI situations. Oh yeah, you can't sneak anything by him. Look at this, good piece of hitting here. So a huge problem with the White Sox right now is that their defense is way out of position. You have first baseman playing everywhere on the field. You have Jake Berger, who's a first baseman, playing at third. You have Andrew Vaughn, who's a first baseman, playing in left field. You have Big Sheets, who plays right field. He's a first baseman. Now, I was going to say, your defense is not good when you got first baseman everywhere quickly. Got him. So you need some of these guys to come back and get some guys back in their position. Play better defense. Whenever you're playing bad defense, you're not getting timely hitting. That's a recipe for a disaster. And we saw that for 14 days there. They only got 1 or 2 wins in that span. So hopefully these guys could come back. And then that when you're playing bad defense like that, puts a lot of pressure on your pitcher, especially late in the game, to make perfect pitches. You were starting to see little mistakes. Oh, shit, that was terrible. Hopefully it gets down. It's going to be a tough play. I could run a little bit to play. Not in time. Nicely done. I think I have a few hits here. There's an ugly hit. I mean, look at this. Oh, my God, the bat went way farther. He almost died. So he hit a hurdle the bat, barehand the ball. That's still the play of the day. I'm gonna give it to him. Not dying was impressive. I won't steal here now. Should I respect the unwritten rules? They were up by what? A touchdown and 2-point conversion. Yeah, I'm going. Oh, he knows it too. He tries to pick me off. He heard me. I swear they could hear you. This is the computer I'm playing against. All right, let's see if I could get a bag here. I'm going to concentrate. As the Cubs suck. And there I go. Got a bad jump. And he got a hit. Where's it at with 2 outs? I'm right through there. He first and third him as he hits the cutoff man. Nicely done. Little hit and run action. Oh, man. Adam Engel hits for the cycle. How about that shit? Adam Engel. Oh, brother. I like Adam Engel. That's a guy I think should get more playing time for the White Sox. You have guys playing out of position. He's a guy, and you're not getting timely hitting. Who's the guy who does that? Adam Engel's the best center fielder, best outfielder. He's got, on this game, they give him a 94 speed. I don't know if he's quite that high. I think he's like a 91, 92, but he's got phenomenal base running skills. Great defender. Get him in the lineup more. I would try to play Adam Engel a little more. I know you, especially when it's cold and you're not getting these power numbers that you're looking for. You could play a little more station to station with Adam Engel. So we'll see. I'm not Tony La Russa. That's his fucking job. Because if you do that again, I'm stealing home. Yeah. Real life, I would have stolen home. Trying to pick off. I lied. It's a quick move. It's just an excuse me move. He's trying to see if anything. Adam Ingles is going to try to take seconds. He's got 94 speed. All right. Love to see Adam Ingles. Can the White Sox turn it around, people? Oh, look at this. He makes a play of the day. And will the Cubs ever be relevant again? Just watching the Cubs and the Sox last night. Just, you know what? For the way the weather was, there were still a lot of people there. I'd say they probably still got 23,000. If that was in Kaminsky or the Cell, it'd be about 2 people there. So you got to give them that. But they're having fun. I got into a conversation with my partner. What happens in the bleachers in Wrigley Field? A lot. Yeah, and it's not a lot about baseball either. There's a lot of drinking. There's people between the ages of 17 and whatever age, usually about 25, 26. But, you get some old heads, bleacher bums in there like myself that find their way in there. And they were making the beer snake where they take the cups and they stack it up. So last year I went to the game. I haven't been to a Cubs game in a while and sitting in the bleachers, and I hadn't been there in over a decade. I used to ditch high school, which is about a mile away, and go sit there all the time because my high school football coach used to get Tom Wienecke. Shout out to the great Tom Wienecke, state champions, 1980, one of the greatest coaches in IHSA history. Used to have season tickets. I can't go today, just give us the tickets. And I'm like, I don't have a last class. But I had a last class. I would just duck out the back door at Gordon Tech High School. And if you timed it up perfectly, the bus is right there. So you'd hop on the bus and you would disappear. And it was less than a mile away. So you'd probably get off at the next bus stop and just buy some beer, with a fake ID. And all my buddies would all meet up, at my buddy's house, buddy's apartment. And then we'd go to the game and sit in the bleachers. And it hasn't changed. It's just people getting obnoxiously drunk. I can't say that word. Not paying attention, but they have so much fun. And these people are not your typical Cub fans. These people are usually college students, usually probably from like the Paul area. That have mommy and daddy's money, or from Iowa, or being bussed in if it's the weekends. There's a lot of frat parties, or a lot of tourists come in, and big buses, especially if it's people close by. But the people in the bleachers are a special crew and a special collection of human beings, and I love them in a good way. Well, I was kind of one of them. I couldn't afford to go every day like everybody else, but I ended up working at Wrigley. So I love Wrigley Field. Talking a little Wrigleyville, but so the Cubs and the Sox were at Wrigleyville last night, and just the type of people that go to those games are my type of people when I was younger. So you go to the bars afterwards. There's 37 bars, probably more now in Wrigleyville, and it's changed a lot even in the last 5 years since I've worked there. 7 years now since I moved to the TV industry. Time out. He's taking too long. I'm telling a story. It's 0-2. This is a big situation. But now it's like an amusement park since the Ricketts have bought it. Now they got it. It's crazy how it's just ever changing. When it was 25 years ago, that's a shot. Does it stay up or does it get down? Base hit. Another good knock. And that'll probably keep them loaded. It's nice. I'm swinging a good bat here on the Rick Dog Network. Thank you for joining me. But 25 years ago, it wasn't as many, it was just your dive bar. It was, so it's evolved over the last, in my lifetime. 40 years ago, I'm 40 years old. There's probably only like 5 or 6 bars, and Murphy's and some other Merkles and some other joints. But those, so much fun to hang out and go to Wrigley because it's a neighborhood bar. You get off the bus. Let's see what's going on here. There's 2 outs. I got to run. You get off the bus and you're just in a neighborhood, a normal Chicago. It's not a normal Chicago neighborhood. Now it's, $5 million homes everywhere you look. Now that's evolved. Everything's gotten more expensive because they realize once you have the rooftop, once they saw the bars, it just started to turn into this bar industry. All of a sudden now there's 40 bars, and that's all people go there for. People used to go there mostly for bad baseball. Now they go there for bad beer and a good bad time. You don't really have a good time there. You don't remember it one. It's terrible. And people go there. You could go there repeatedly. But, you know, you make the most of it. That's a shot down the line. Way back. Oh, that ball's caught. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm a former alcoholic. I used to go there and party my ass off for a good 20 years, so I loved it. If you're into that sort of thing. But the baseball, but it's a beautiful feeling once you get into the park and you actually, I can't, it's an interesting place. As bad as it may be on the outside, once you get in there and actually enjoy the baseball, there's no more beautiful place than Wrigley Field. So shout out to Wrigley, and hopefully it's not an absolute amusement park, but in another 20 years there's going to be roller coasters, there's going to be all sorts of shit. There's hotels, there's what's happened to it. But, you know, that's what they wanted. You get what you ask for. You know, that's not what I would have done with the place, but let's see what it does. They won the World Series, then they put all the money into the park, so that's why they end up losing all their players. That's why you see all the players elsewhere. So let's see if it works. Now they had to do something about the park because it was falling apart. So did they do the right thing? They put scoreboards and frickin' jumbotrons everywhere you could see. Jumbotron on the right, Jumbotron on the left, to block the view of the rooftops, which was, a special place, right? You know, if you ever sat on a rooftop. But now they're mad that they're making money up there, and the Ricketts can't buy every single. I think they bought most of them in right field, the buildings across the street. So eventually they'll probably connect it to the roof. They're up to no good there with money-wise. But the thing is with Wrigleyville, it's such a cash, you know, you're making so much money, you get so focused in on business, I think they forget a lot about baseball. And they did for 108 years, and that's what, as much as I hung out there and I partied there, there's a reason why I'm a Sox fan, is because they take baseball a lot more seriously on the South Side. And that's, you know, I love the game of baseball, and I'm out there, as much as I like to party, I like to see good product on the field. Or at least, you know, your owners, as those, not a great at bat, but we get the L. But I'm telling a good story about Wrigleyville and kind of why it is the way it is. I had a good run there. I still owe a lot of money to a lot of bars around there. My tab is, so if anybody's watching this, I'll get back there eventually. It's been about a good 7 years since I've been in the dugout. Just probably have a 60. So I used to just, you know, run up my tab. They run it up to about $100 everywhere, and then just on to the next one. One day we'll have a. That's really funny. That's a good one. I better grab the pill. I'll concentrate this game. Two-way player to two-way sensation here on the Rick Dog Network. Shortstop, switch hitting shortstop. And then right-handed pitcher, Pedro Martinez style. If I have the right loadout, he's got good stuff. We're 9 games under. We're struggling. Here in one of my favorite ballparks. What is it? Not Comerica. I went to Comerica. Camden Yards. You got when it first came out, and they had the factory out and right, and they had the home run derby where Griffey hit it all the way over. It was so cool. You never seen anything like it. For a while there, they had these cookie cutter ballparks where everything looked the same in the 70s, the 80s, and almost into the 90s. And then all of a sudden, these guys built this ballpark. You're like, ooh, here we go. And that kind of inspired all the rest of the ballparks. See, I would say, because things changed after that. You're like, oh, that's cool. They got a building on right. And stepping in, the rookie left fielder, Robert Newstrom. Welcome in to the Rick Dog Network. Thank you for tuning in. As I'm now pitching en road to the show, so I'll grab the pill. And, that was a hanger. Strike one, though. Pitching for the Sox. Just got called up. I'm not pitching well. I'm hitting well, which my pitching got me here. Kind of quickly here, midway through the second inning. Excuse me. Got an itch. Pitching got me here, but my hitting is now carrying me. So he gone. That's 2 down. here in the first.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that.
Thank you for joining us on the Rick Dog
Not
Network.
quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire
As we're
is
talking
going to,
Cubs and Sox
at
early
least for
on.
now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are
Wrigley
gonna learn
Field
from those things
stories
and really try
and-
to exploit them if they can.
I'd tell you some stories at Wrigley, but I probably can't remember most of them. So I can't remember most of the stories, so I'm going to make up one and tell a fictional story and write a book, a movie about Wrigleyville and my experiences, and I'll embellish a little bit, not much. That's a high fly ball. I think that's Abreu over there. I don't know if his old ass is retired yet. Welcome in to the Doggy Network. The Sox have won 2 in a row. We want to be excited. Everybody, you could feel it. Sox fans just hanging on, holding on. There's no guarantee that's going to happen. But, you know, maybe you could use the Cubs as a springboard here. Let me know if I sound good out there. Just give me a thumbs up. Welcome into the network as we're wheeling and dealing, hopefully. It's a grounder to third. Sucks it up. 1 down. What else happened last night? That was a good segment about the Cubs and Sox there. I think what they can't stop yapping about on sports talk in my ear that I'm listening to is Ja Morant drops 47. That's the second game in a row he scores at least 45. And that's impressive. He goes off against Golden State, which is, you know, for him to stand up against a former champion like that, and then he goes off beating his chest and talking smack. It's just, I love it. You know, a lot of times I'm old school and I don't like that type of stuff, but I don't know. He's got a lot of, you know what he looks like? And so we're in Chicago, and I'm a huge Derrick Rose fan. I mean, I don't think there's a bigger, you know, I've heard some. I take that back. But I'm big. There's not many bigger. I know Big Tony, the transpo driver for Chicago PD, he's a bigger D-Rose fan than me. But that's just like, you know, so Ja Morant reminds you of him, but then he reminds you of him with that attitude that, you know, so Derrick Rose was this humble kid. But shout out to Derrick Rose and what he was able to do. He got ran out of town here, but, you know, he's one of the best in the business. He'll go down. He'll go be a Hall of Famer. You bet your ass on that one. You know, Ja Morant, but he was this humble kid who never beat his chest. Always just dunked on you or crossed you over and did the most base hit back up the middle. Obviously, Detroit Piston fan. Doesn't want to hear more Bulls talk. Or he's a Golden State fan. Okay, sorry. I have to go get my other glove from the dugout. But Derrick Rose was always so humble, and he always wanted to just break out of his shell. You never saw it, you know, fully. He was, you know, he got hurt, and you didn't see the full package, and it was unfortunate because with the pressure that he had in this city, you know, he crumbled. You know, his body crumbled. You know, the team didn't support him. The city turned their back on him. The media crushed him. You know, it took a toll on him physically, mentally. And, you know, he got ran out of town. He still ended up having a decent career. Not the one that you hope for. But now you see Ja Morant doing similar things, even more spectacular, right? He's this beast. And then, but he's got that killer instinct that you love. Not that Derrick Rose didn't. He had that silent, almost DeMar DeRozan type, assassin type, but sometimes it's good to see. It's just good to see. It makes it fun for the fans, and you could see everybody getting excited about him. For him, there we go. Look at that. Here we go. So that's, you know, it's good to see that they pull out the win after they make it. That's going to be a series. You know, Golden State's still trying to finish another shot right back up the middle. It's a good piece of hitting. It's 3-0. Good guys here in the bottom of third. So that's good to see. Golden State, it's 1-1. I still think my prediction is that Golden State wins that series and then knocks off the Suns in the next series. They go to the NBA Finals. They go back to the NBA Finals. And then on the other side, Boston beats the defending champs, the Milwaukee Bucks. They come up big. Jaylen Brown comes up big. He drops 30, which my thing is I'm not, he's made me a believer, Jaylen Brown, and I'm a huge fan of Jason Tatum. I know what he's capable of. I feel a lot of times, I don't know. I always thought that Jaylen Brown wasn't going to show up a lot of times, and sometimes he does. I think just good defense. Maybe it's just good defense or something like that could stop those teams. I don't know. But Boston, I started noticing them earlier in the season. They were very consistently getting better and better and playing better defense and one of the better teams in the East all year long. Jason Tatum, what we saw he could do when he was a young rookie on a good Boston team that almost, went all the way. You could see something growing. Oh, watch out. Just a bit inside is, I don't know who the hell was. There was something in my eye on that. The runner goes to second with one out. So just wondering if Boston has what it takes to knock off Milwaukee, which I don't think they do. I think that Milwaukee ultimately is going to, I think that series is going to go 7 because Boston has been known to go 7. But I think Milwaukee is going to win because they have the better player ultimately. No knock against Jason Tatum, but we'll see. I know they're missing Middleton, but I still think they have a lot to offer with Bobby Portis, the most underrated player. I don't give him enough respect. The league definitely doesn't give him enough respect. He's the poor man's Kevin. He's the wish list. He comes from Wish, Kevin Garnett version, right? But he's really good. He does a lot of things, and that's, I don't know if it's an error, but that's a base hit. So we got trouble brewing here as the runner stays at second. As you see him, and that throws off the mark, so he gets the base hit. So here we go. Ozzie Newsome up to bat. Just a bit outside. Got to gather myself here. Some good pitches would be nice. Get a double play or something. So, yeah, they're tied at 1 as Boston got the big win. They came back, got the big performance. Jaylen Brown, 1-1. Let's see. I think Milwaukee goes to the finals. I'll keep you on a string there. You probably listened to me already and know who I think is going to win it all. But we'll go back and visit that. It's good basketball brewing here in the second round of the playoffs, which usually happens. It's good to see it without some of the big-time names like Durant and Bron there. But there's a lot of superstars in the NBA. I wish they stopped moving around. I wish they get rid of free agency altogether. I wish they forced teams to have to keep the guys that they draft, and it'd make for a much better product. But, I'm asking for a lot there. These guys, you could find a way to still get these guys paid. I think they make too much money anyways. That's why you end up getting so much bad basketball early in the season. You filter out all the guys who are just there to make the money, which is sad, but it's a part of it. Oh, shot base hit. It's going to be a play at the plate. As they're sending him. Good throw. Oh, just does beat it. As let's take another look at it. It was a good play. It was a bang, bang, but I think the throw brought him just up the line a little bit. He had to go off and get it, and a dive would have been nice, but he's... Maybe he got rid of the mask, maybe. He could have saw what was actually happening. Sorry. That was funny. That's all right. 1 run scores. I've got to get this guy. Got to get him, which usually doesn't bode well. Fastball. Down the middle. I don't think I have my good loadout, which I just noticed. It's all right. Yeah, every time I feel like I load back in or I'm not online or something like that, I end up paying the piper for it. Now a couple more runs are going to score. It's a 3-2 ball game. Did we get him at second? No. RBI double. Try to pitch through it. Try to get out of the center. Yeah, if I have the right loadout, I'm pitching 100. Sorry for swearing. Again. But they have to fix that on this game. I shouldn't have to pay attention every time.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see a visit from the pitching coach here. Just to remind him, focus on the hitter.
0 and
Don't
2.
worry about
It makes
anything
for
else.
good drama.
Next one misses.
1 and 2. You don't always have your good stuff. Sometimes you forget your cleats back at the hotel. There's a chopper. Right to first, but the damage is done.
And that is that.
2 runs across, but we still got the lead. You know, hopefully we can get the win.
White Sox 3 and the Orioles 2.
Matter. Welcome in to the Rick Dog Network. We have an early morning swing session here on the Rick Dog Network. As we're grinding away here, road to the show. This is my first season in the bigs. I played about, I have about 120 at-bats under my belt and 5, 6 starts, maybe 7 starts now. I'm 0 for starts, whatever. I've pitched some good games, but they end up in no decisions, and that's a shot hanging up there, base hit. I get some support here. It's a 6-2 game.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some. So
Got a runner on, nobody out.
nice job of driving that
Talking
pitch
some
there.
NBA playoff.
You know, hitters
Who do you got out there?
so many reps in the cages,
Let me
working on
hear
going
ya.
to the opposite
Let me
field.
hear ya.
Doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did.
I have the
Did it
Bucks
perfectly.
And now it's Austin
and
Hayes.
Golden State,
Grounder might be 2.
both in
And that
6
is
or
out
7
number
game
2.
series. I think Golden State in 6, Boston loses in 7. I'll let you know what happens in the finals when we get there.
Next to hit, Sheldon Noisy. Singled and scored his first time.
What do we got? Here we go. So we have a cliffhanger. Strike. Going 1.
Strike 1.
As we're early morning road to the show. As he
And a foul
shoots
ball.
1 foul. Oh,
Next offering down in the dirt.
hung in my hand too long. Gotta go grab. You should have the option to go grab the rosin bag. You know, we've been making baseball games for about 30 years now. Oh,
And that one hammered.
crowd got up pretty quick there, way back. And it's a 6-3 ball game. Man, I gotta try to get through the next couple innings. Or maybe a 6.
Home run number 10 of the year.
Did I have one on?
It's
It's a
6-3.
6-3 ball game here.
Now it's the second baseman, David Bodie. He's 0 for
2 outs here. If I could just hang on for the win, as that's a chopper.
Garcia
Quick
collects
play.
it. On the run,
End of the
sends it over
4th.
to first.
We're battling
And that's
here
the
on the
third out.
network.
We played 4.
As the
White Sox
MLB The Show
6
doesn't
and
like the fact
Orioles 3.
that I didn't spend any money in their little shop that they have. So now they keep stealing my loadout. Those sons of guns. So if you're watching
Here at the
MLB The
ballpark,
Show,
we head to the bottom
stop
of the
doing
fifth.
that and change
Now
that
here
shit.
is Darryl
Me being
Hernandez.
online shouldn't affect what I'm doing. This is why I play. I'd go play online if I want to
Line
deal with
kick
that
the
shit.
pitch.
Strike 1 starts him off with a strike. We're here, bottom of 5. White Sox up 6-3. Trying to keep our cool here, even though somebody stole my bag.
There's the strike.
Well, he
0-2.
didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's
I
gonna
think
have
it
to
was a
battle,
clubhouse
hope he
guy
gets a
that
mistake. One
from
guy that
Baltimore
was
here, a
really
little
great
shiesty
once the
fucker. I
count
saw
got
him.
to 2 strikes,
He was
he
he was eyeing my stuff down from
And
the
a swing and a
second.
miss.
I
Down
walked in.
on
He saw my
strikes.
Oakleys, so I have
And a quick out number
whatever.
1. And next for the Orioles,
Speaking of
Robert
Oakleys, I gotta go check my shades. I think I have another pair that
in there, and it's 0-1.
I'm gonna go check my loadouts and my packs after this. See if I could hang on for the win. What do you think out
That
there?
one ripped left
Do I have
field,
the net ball
pretty
sit
well
deep
struck.
back at the track? He makes the
Pulls
play.
it in
2
on the
down,
warning
bottom of
track.
5. Come on, Rick Dog. Come on, big guy. You can do it. There's
Now here's
Fuentes on the
Orioles
mound.
DH, Jacob Nottingham.
Well, on the mound, very efficient.
This
able to
Nottingham
produce an outcome, it seems like within the
up
3rd
to
or 4th pitch
bat.
of just about every at bat.
2 outs. He
Here's a
hammers
swing
it.
and a drive
I
left
think that's
field,
gone.
and he knew it.
And I don't have much left in the tank. I'm just giving up bombs left and right. Come on.
It's his 8th home run of the year, and they cut into the deficit. It's 6-4. That was blasted.
Whew, doctor.
No doubt off the bat. When you're lacking velocity, it's so critical that you move the ball around, change speeds, even try to trick the hitter at times. But when you give up a home run right there, manager doesn't
All
have
right,
the
Rick
patience
Dog,
because
settle
the
in.
velocity's not there to overcome and get the swing and miss.
Mountcastle up for the 3rd time here.
Got to keep the
Watches
ball
that
down
lead.
here, or else they're going to make you pay. I used to make these mistakes in Double A and Triple A, and they wouldn't make me pay as bad as they are here
He's in
in
for
the
a
big
strike.
league. So here in my rookie season, it's just growing pains. We'll figure it out, folks. As that kind of stays down, but that's a base hit. As it hung just a little bit. 2-out knock.
Love how he let that ball
Trying to
travel,
desperately get out of the
trust in his
5th.
hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Now batting Mitch Haniger.
Ooh.
Pitch misses inside. Ball
1-0.
Mountcastle leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Next offering is fouled back. Gonna count 1-2.
Very well executed changeup right there. If he can command the fastball consistently, that's going to be an important pitch in terms of him turning this outing around.
Oh, that ball is hammered into the gap.
Base hit.
It's going to get all the way to the wall. He hits the cutoff, man. We're going to have a play. He's got a pretty decent arm. He going. Got him.
And that's out number
Oh,
3
thank
in
goodness,
the
because I don't think I could have
Always
got
excited
another
to
out.
see him play at the plate, trying to score with 2 outs, but the
So
tag
it's 6 to
just gives
4.
him time, and they cut down the run to
Great
8.
relay. Let's see if they send me back out there for. Nope, he's done.
And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Joe.
As the Sox win, at least we get the W. That's all that really. I get to win. 5 innings pitch. Pitch like crap, but we'll take it because I've had some good games pitch where I didn't get to win. So it all balances out. It all balances out. Thank you for joining me here on the Rick Dog Network. I am going to go grab some water. So it'll be about a 5-minute union break. We'll go safety meeting too. So thank you for joining me. I'll be right back. Be right back. Game off. Watch my highlights. I just put some new highlights. Enjoy. I'm getting better at this shit. I'm back. Yes. Welcome back to the Rick Dog Network. I hope you enjoyed some of my clippies. I just figured all that shit out. Oh no.
A major league pitching coach acknowledges
Hey,
young
I didn't even
newcomer
realize that.
on
My
a
first
very
win.
milestone accomplishment.
Just doing what I can, coach. Whatever you need me to do here.
It's
See,
one
we
of the most intriguing
kept our
times
pitching
of
coach,
the year for everyone around baseball,
is awesome.
including the fans. It is the trade deadline.
Luisa
We bring in MLB
got the
Network
hook.
analyst Ron Darling.
See,
Great
look
to
at
have you
that.
back,
A
Ron.
50.
From a player's perspective,
I was
there's gotta be
pitching
so
with a
much
50,
chaos
these
around the
assholes.
trade deadline. What's your memory of that?
It's uncalled for.
Yeah, you speak with it in such glowing
I lost
terms.
like
It's not
30
always
points because
like
these
that for the
guys
player,
stole
because
my loadout.
usually by that
Well,
time
all
you have a
because I
family,
can't
you
get
have
online,
children,
right?
they're
Let's
in
go check it
schools,
out together,
all of
people.
those things that makes
Sons
life
of
a little more
bitches.
difficult.
Oh,
You're
there he
gonna
goes.
be
Now he's an
leaving
80.
a lot of
All
your
of a sudden,
friends
magic
that
80.
you grew up playing ball with. That's a hard thing to do, and you're going to be going to something unknown, to a team that you
Frickin'
don't
believable.
know,
All I did
players
was
that you know only peripherally.
matter of just
So
being
those are the
online.
difficult things, and at the same time, once you get there, you have to be awesome. Those are the pressures
Son of
that
a
happen
guns.
at the trading deadline.
Now I have to. I was going to go play a rank game. Now I have to play another one because they were
Congratulations. He just picked up his first
Give me-
major league win.
be
1985
playing
All-Star
DH,
Ron Darling had plenty of
batting
them, 136
leadoff.
to be exact, Ron.
going to Yankee Stadium. That's pretty fun for the first time. Welcome in to the Rick Dog Network, where we're grinding it out on road to the show. And I just got called up a few weeks ago here in virtual baseball land, and I will be playing my first game at Yankee Stadium, which is awesome. Here come the White Sox.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. It's Major League Baseball on a Friday night. It's the Chicago White Sox taking on the New York Yankees.
All right, here we go. Sit back, relax, strap it
And we'll
down.
be back with the first pitch right after this.
The rookie sensation getting ready to go.
So almost ready to get underway.
Under the big lights in the
Starting
Bronx.
this one, Lance
The
Lynn.
Bronx
What do you
Zoo.
have on him?
Been a very solid pitcher throughout his career.
Lance
ERA around 3.5.
Lynn.
What I like as he competes.
Oh my
he
God,
stays in the
Lance,
game
you
and
son
he
of a
gives his
bitch, you
team an
left.
opportunity to win.
So many
All right,
guys off
ready to
this
get
team.
underway. So now it's
There's
the
my
White Sox
numbers. Not
DH,
bad for a
Ricky
rookie.
Fuentes.
100 or so at bats in, but I
And
say
here it
120.
comes.
Ooh,
That first
good
offering
pitch to
is
hit.
fouled off.
What a matchup. Former White Sox. Just people here in Chicago love Lance
The
Lynn.
pitch.
Oh,
Foul
good
ball
pitch.
there.
1-2. And these sons of
Time
bitches.
called. Chance to
They may
collect
have my
himself down
loadout.
0-2.
But I don't have all my gear because I don't have my Nikes on.
The pitch.
So that's
And 1-2.
1 and 2. Yankees 4-game over. 1 and 2. Timeout.
Time asked for a second time.
Playing
to get
DH,
back
so
now.
if I could just fight through a couple at bats and get back and change my shoes, it'd be nice in my freaking
Right-hander
batting
kicks,
gloves.
deals.
Why do I have to
Out
do
there,
this?
And there's one away. Back to the top of the White Sox
I end up
lineup.
suffering
Stepping
my
in,
numbers.
the White Sox leadoff man, Ricky Fuentes.
Whoa.
The first offering is fouled off.
Timeout.
Time asked for at the plate, and he gets it.
It's 2-1 bad guys. Yankees early lead. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for following the Rick Dog Network.
Ball, one strike.
All followers needed. Still lower in the totem pole here. Oh,
Next offering is
1 and
in
2.
for a strike. Foul
Ooh.
ball. And a 1-2. And
It's
another
2-2.
ball.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking it bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell
And
they
that's a
get
shot.
with
Good
how long it takes to put a
two-strike
ball.
hitters. He sends one into the gap.
Ball's in.
It's going to be extra bases.
And the tying
As
runs at second base with a double.
one out double. Nicely done. I don't need my damn shoes or my bat. I don't need anything
Leori Garcia
Do
up
this.
to the plate.
by myself.
The 2-1. Fouled off to the
So
right.
that's fouled off. So I'll go ahead and fast forward it here to the Wayne's World. Dang, fast forward. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. To future action. Next at bat for me because I'm playing DH.
Ricky Fuentes.
Usually playing shortstop when I'm offensively playing, but a day after a start, they'll let me play DH. So give me a little rest. So here's the pitch. Ooh.
Check swing, but he went too far. And that is strike one.
It's been pretty hot. Lance Lynn still on the mound here. Top of the fifth. It's 1-1. Make him work. Try to drive one right back up the middle. Just, oh,
And a
1
swing
and 2.
and a miss.
Nasty. Nasty cutter. It's 2 and 2.
Pitch is outside. Next one
3 and 2.
misses, and the count's full.
So we have a full count. Another good at bat. Garcia on deck. Ooh. Did I stay alive?
That fastball at the bottom
Yeah,
of the zone
staying
can
alive.
be very
Timeout.
effective. Just got to keep it on
Fouled
the
it
corners.
straight back, it looks like. 3 and 2.
3 and 2 now.
Ball 4. Nicely done.
Boom, do you think you could draw a walk in the bigs if we gave you enough at bats?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good question.
Thank you for joining us here. It's an early morning grind and road to the show. We're watching White Sox baseball. It's my rookie season. Somebody stole. Oh, God, I was gone. I had a little hitch. Lance Lynn obviously stole our signs while he's here, playing for the Yankees. My first Yankee Stadium action. He is gone. Oh, trying to get into scoring position here. It's a good, solid throw. I had an okay jump. It was whatever. They knew I was going. 7-1 bad guys. Here's the DH. Without his Nikes. Digs in as they stole my loadout again here in New York. What's going on? It's a shot. Base hit right back through the wickets. So rounded. Nicely done. 2 hits here. First Yankee Stadium action. The rookie looks like he belongs here. As he takes the lead off. I'm not stealing now.
So the lineup flips over.
2 for 3, single, double, top of 9. Got bases juiced here. 2 outs. That's a shot. Base hit. And
Now 2 runs scored.
Yep.
It's 7-3.
nice.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. He somehow got to that outside pitch and pulled it hard into the outfield. Not exactly what you're supposed to do with that kind of location, but you wouldn't know it by how the ball came off his bat.
So here comes the big lefty, Aroldis
Nicely
Chapman
done.
to the mound.
Sorry, I'm listening in
And
my
he'll
ear.
do his best to hang on
Talking
to
about the
this
Cubs
lead.
Sox game
Well, I think that what makes him so tough against
last night,
left-handers
and
is
2
he
Cubs
covers
fans
the
got.
ball
Why did
all
they?
the time. It's
2
on that
Cubs
same
fans got into a
side.
fight in the bleachers.
Harder for you to determine
Right now, they're
what
talking
the
about
play's
it.
gonna end up on.
And
First and third,
I think
2
it's so
away.
stupid to go to a game and get into a fight, but I think it's even worse when they advertise it. Like, why?
This one in the dirt.
Like, they don't advertise their stupidity. It's 2 and 2, 2 outs. I'm just gonna fast forward. I hate that shit. And why are two Cubs? See, that's what there's a perfect example of what's going on. They always try to blame it on the Sox fans. These Sox fans and their mullets, they're all a bunch of idiots starting everything. No, you know, Cubs fans equally as stupid as us, if not even more. I think like when Cubs fans and Sox fans are fighting about who's better, they're just actually fighting on who's less idiotic than the other. Because they're both just... Here we go, on to the next. Oh no, I was supposed to go change my loadout. But whatever, I'm hot anyways. I don't need my shoes. Maybe this loadout has it. You guys were supposed to remind me to change my loadout. Oh well, here we go. Thank you for joining us here on the Rick Dog Network as we grind along. Playing some good baseball here. First Yankee Stadium action.
Now the starting pitcher in this one, Davey Garcia. What do you look for here?
Staying hot at the plate. Got my first win as a pitcher. How about that? Here we go. Look who's getting hot here. Leading off. It's my second game in a row I'm leading off, which I like. I like leading off. Oh, we're getting loud. And we'll take the first pitch. Welcome in. This was a hanging breaking ball. Still don't have my Nikes. Oh, 0-1 to the leadoff man. 1-1. Good job at laying off. 2-1. We're talking about how stupid Cubs fans and Sox fans are. They were freezing their ass off in the bleachers yesterday. I've seen multiple reports about this idiots fighting. And why? There's a fight every single game. Why am I reading about it? Why am I hearing about it? Stop broadcasting this stuff. That ball's hit deep, but foul. Just foul. 3-2, full count. This is the second or third time I've seen that. People are getting stupider and stupider. Pay all that money to go to the game. You sit there. Now, so if you're a real baseball fan, which I always used to be the biggest drunk out there. I'd out there yelling, and I'd never been kicked out of a game. Why? Because I love baseball too much to fucking get kicked out of the game. Because you missed the end of the game if you're in the fucking jail cell. Whatever. Never once. I think one time I had to break something up. One time I was chest to chest where it was pretty close, but, you know, I still, even then, that cooler heads prevail. Like, and that wouldn't have happened if it was outside of the park. I've been in plenty of stupid shit where I didn't think about things. But inside the park, like this, everybody's there watching a baseball game. Especially as I get older, it's just like, it's not that serious. Not that serious, folks. Stop fighting at the game like a bunch of hooligans. You're not proving anything to anybody. Just look like a bunch of jackasses. Now all they're going to do, look at that. So tell you what's going to happen here. You're fighting. They're going to start changing the. This is what happens in the 2000s. People were running on the field and trying to beat up the frickin' umps and shit. And they went and fought the third base coach or whatever. And they started changing the rules and raising the prices so those people can't afford to get into the park anymore. Like, because $15 beers aren't enough. Now, what else do you want? So you don't know how to act. You're gonna reap what you sow. And prices are gonna go up. Trust me. They're not gonna put up for that shit.
And now 2-2. Tapped softly on the ground. Fuentes gloves it.
Learn how to act. Watch some baseball. It's just a game. I was just talking about earlier about half the guys in the league don't even give a fucking NBA, and we're gonna sit here fighting and going to jail for these guys. Like, most of them don't even probably give a shit. They're keeping themselves in enough shape to show face, collect a freaking paycheck. And I don't feel bad for them because for half the owners are just trying to show face and just to collect the TV revenue. They don't give a shit whether they win or lose. We're out here fighting. Come on. We're smarter than this, people. Thank you for joining us on the Rick Dog Network. Stop fighting in the stands. And then, even more importantly, stop putting it in the newspaper or the media the next day. See, this is how you know. This is so stupid. We just got to do it. So much. There's more happening in the ball game than the fight in the stands. So much more to talk about. Welcome into the Rick Dog Network. I'm judging the shit out of people. I just want more because I want to pay less when I go to a game. That's all I really care about. Fight all you want. I don't give a shit. And that'll get a run in. I'll take that. Driving a run. Run it in, Scott. Oh, I thought he went in. God dang it.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa up to the plate.
It's 5-2, bad guys. Somebody stole my shoes, and I ordered them on eBay, but they won't. Nobody will give me. Nobody wears a size 11. It's crazy. These guys, every time I start a new game or something's wrong with it, they steal. Oh, look at everybody's gone from my team. Eloy's gone. Tim Anderson's gone. Moncada's gone. I wonder why we're freaking struggling. Jerry Reinsdorf refused to pay anybody. They got me a $750,000 contract because I'll quickly go over to first, try to get the out. Oh, brother, welcome to Chicago. Everybody's gone. Eloy, Moncada, Tim Anderson. I've seen them all on other teams. So Lance Lynn, gone. That's 4. That's why we're 9 games under. We're going to have to build it. Welcome to the network where the rookie sensation is going to be the future now for the White Sox, obviously, because we... Oh, well hit, but foul off the netting. So I went to my second White Sox game on Monday. Yeah, I went to go see Ohtani and Mike Trout do their thing as that ball's hit deep. I don't know if it's deep enough into the gap, and the center fielder glides over and makes the play. And I have to apologize. Last year I went to a handful of games, and I went on this rant about netting and how there's freaking netting everywhere, and it's ruining the game, and you're not going to be able to see, you're not going to be able to catch foul balls, and blah, 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 and people should just learn to pay attention more and get off their fucking cell phones. It's 6-6 here in the top of the 6 as I go on a rant about netting. Actually, I'm taking it back. I've been to about 6 or 7 games since I've gone on that rant. Not everything's the end of the world. You can't even notice. Now you can kind of not pay attention, eat your root beer float, and not worry about, and you still have to worry about the fly balls, the foul balls. That ball's hit well, but I think it's foul to fair ball. Let's see where they go with this one. I got to put the brakes. It's going to be a close play at first. Safe? Oh, they got me. Oh, but at least we got the go-ahead run. They hit the whatever. But I think it's a good thing. Too many little kids and people that aren't paying attention there. And you want to get as many people in through the doors so they can overcharge. Was it $7.50 for a hot dog? Are you kidding me? That's what happens. You want to fight in stands. It's going to be $30 for a hot dog. Mark my words. So things are too expensive. People are staring at their phones. There's too much netting. No, the netting's fine. You gotta. Maybe I have to start to embrace some of these rules, right? These rule changes in major leagues. I don't have to like it. What do you think, people? I didn't like the netting at first. I thought it was ridiculous. I went on a rant about how people are too stupid these days that they have to put netting everywhere around the ballpark, and that they should put netting everywhere. And I'm talking shit, and I'm just hacking away. Netting in the bathroom, netting as they're going to the parking lot, netting everywhere just because people he gone. That was a nasty pitch. People not paying attention. They're too busy looking at their phones, which I don't know how it's possible because you're at the ballpark and how anybody gets any sort of service is beyond me. Maybe it's just my shitty phone. But I take one picture and try to download it to like Facebook or some shit. And first of all, my phone's drained. And it takes 17 hours. So what are you looking at when you're looking at your phone? So you're looking at the same thing over and over again because it's not, or you got I don't know. But that's why they had to put the netting in, because the kids were getting hurt and people were getting hurt. So it's not the end of the world now that I think of it. Like being at a couple games, it's actually okay. You know, there's still, I was sitting behind, sorry for speaking on the other side of the mic, but I was excited. And I'm still a rookie at all this, but I'm going on a rant about the netting. But it's actually not that bad. I was sitting behind home plate at the Sox Angels game because the tickets were cheap because there was like 9 people at the game. But I still had to kind of pay attention to the foul balls that went over my head and that kind of ricocheted back down. So you still have that fun trying to diving. They just kind of take out the line rockets that are hit at everybody, which is probably for the better. I'm sorry for going on a rant about the fucking netting. But I still don't want umpires, robot umpires, and I really don't even like instant replay for that matter, as I'll be playing shortstop next game. Like, I think you just get rid of instant replay altogether. That'll speed up the game. I feel like the bad calls usually end up making for a better game, more drama. The other team usually gets pissed off and comes back and wins. That's what I remember about bad calls. It added to the drama, but now everybody wants everything to be right, but now they just use it as an opportunity to get more commercials in there, people. Fucking unbelievable. Stop fighting in the stands because I don't want to pay $13 for a hot dog next time I go. That's what happens when you act like jackasses in the stands. I know you think it's funny. It's probably fucking Cubs fans, I'm telling you. You're going to end up rising all the prices in the city of Chicago. I'm kind of just kidding, but I'm not. And I hate the fact that the media. So I went to a game last year, and there was a huge fight in the stands. And the next morning. I wake up to see it was a good game, and I wanted to see what the media and everybody had to say about it, and read the headlines. And all I kept reading about is this damn fight with these 2 girls that got in a fight in the stands. No, there's a fight every game at Sox Park. I don't know why it's news. When did this become news? And then I'm listening to ESPN 1000, and they're talking about it. Stop fighting in the stands. It's stupid. Obviously not a baseball fan, because if you really love baseball, you're not going to want to watch the game from a jail cell. Do they play the games down there? Can somebody let me know? Has anybody ever been locked up at U.S. Cellular Field? And it's 2-1. If they do that, then I might think about streaking and pay the fine, right? They have a TV down there? Fuck yeah, let's do it, boys. After everything I just said. Totally redeem yourself. But stop fighting. Stop. Sorry for talking on the other side of the mic. But stop fighting at the ballpark, people. Thank you for joining me on the Rick Dog Network. Don't forget to follow, because I only have like maybe 1 or 2 people. No, I'm just joking. I got more than that. But it's low, and I'm going to put the work in to build a good network of people that actually want to hear about Chicago sports in general. We could talk about the NBA. Tell me who you think's going to win the whole damn thing in the NBA, because I want to hear. I'm interested to see what other people think, because I think I have it I think somebody odd's going to win it. Is Laurie Garcia, number 28, has my number. I'm hoping at the end of the season he hangs it up. I love you, Laurie, but I want that number. I offered him a box of old cigars that I had from like 1990. He didn't want them. So I don't know what more. I have a box of golf balls. They're, is that balls caught? Half-used golf balls from the early 2000s. I'd like to go golfing here in Chicago. So if you're going to the ballpark today in Wrigley Field, get there early. Don't drive to Wrigley Field. Take public transport. Go somewhere early, but dress warm. It's going to be cold. I know it says 50 degrees, but you're less than a mile away from the ballpark. It's like 20 degrees colder at Wrigley. You're going to freeze your ass. It's going to be bare weather. There's a shot base hit. We go
back up the middle and the other way.
We're rolling along here on the Rick Dog Network. Thank you for joining us. White Sox baseball. As it's nothing. And this is my first couple games at Yankee Stadium. We're talking stupidity at the ballpark. What's other stupid thing? When people run onto the park, run onto the field, that's stupid. It's not smart. But I get it. I was young and I was dumb. I did some pretty stupid shit, so I'm not going to completely judge. At least don't fight. I'm begging you. If you want to run on the field, that's on you. That's stupid. You're going to get lit up by a security guard. And that's another thing. They've been broadcasting that. Like they've been talking. Stop talking about it, because then it gives other people. People are too stupid. Monkey see, monkey do.
First and third, one down.
But, stop doing it, stupid.
The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
That sets up
Don't be a
really big impact
dumbass.
in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets
But
really
it's tough in
locked in.
Wrigleyville. I've been
One down.
arrested multiple
Here's the White
times
Sox DH.
in Wrigleyville.
Next offering is in for
But
a strike.
I think once was a Super Bowl. And the other time, I don't know when the hell it was. Just like a Cubs. I don't know. I worked there, so I used to worked at Captain Morgan Club, which was when it first opened up. It's connected to Wrigley Field. It was a lot of fun. So you'd go there and start working at like 10 o'clock before the game started. It was an interesting crowd. It wasn't your typical Wrigley bar. Since it's connected, everything's really connected to the ballpark. Everything is so expensive. It's more of your tourist type crowd there. So it wasn't many fights or anything like that. My brother, as he walks me in there, that's awesome. I have to change my loadouts after this game. Yeah, so working there, getting there early and seeing like the crowd come in being drunk, like multiple people kicked out of the park before the game even started at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. You don't see that shit anywhere else. I'm telling you, you don't. I think St. Louis is kind of a ruckus crowd when Cubs are in town. Sure, the Dodger Stadium is crazy, but the amount of drunken stupidity you see before the game starts on a consistent basis at Wrigley Field is the most ridiculous thing you'll ever see. But it's a lot of fun for those folks, and if you're into that atmosphere, like it's a lot of college. It felt like being at a frat party, because that's when I was doing that. I was in my younger drinking days. I was in a fraternity, so I'm an Animal House type of human being, and that's what you got there every single day for 82 days. And then if you worked there, you would just drink. You'd go to work. I'd get there at 10:30. The bar would open up. I'd work from that time, and that bar would close. It was a patio, so it would close when patio rules would close at like 10:30, 11. So I'd do a 12-hour shift and then do like another 5-6 hour stint of drinking, and then wake up. If it was like a 10-day homestand, I'd wake up and do it all over again, do it for like 10, 11 days. So you'd make money and then blow it all back right back into the Wrigleyville. So it was a shot to third. He's out. Awesome place, Wrigley. I don't know what got me into this Wrigley, telling you how things work in Wrigley, like the feel for it and the amount of, the way it was and how I understand it so much, So it's going to be cold. Yeah, I was telling you, if you're going there to dress warmly, I'm sure you'll have plenty of alcohol. Stop into Murphy's, say what's up to all my people there. Sports Corner, I'm sure I know some people there. Say what's up to my guys there. Ask them if I still have a tab. 0-2. Yankee Stadium action. As Luigi's on the mound. Lucas Luigi. 0-2. Thank you for joining me. Oh, he paints, but he's a nasty cutter at the knees. 1-2 as I'm 1 for 3. Playing well on the offensive side. Switch hitting. Future sensation shortstop. Oh, as I fouled that off, staying alive. He's had some pretty good at-bats for a rookie early on in his career. I got my first win as a pitcher, so I'm a two-way sensation. As that hangs, I can't hold back. Is he gone? Thank you for joining me. We're talking stupidity in Wrigleyville and how one day I'll have a always wanted to have. I lived on the edge while I was there, so like I said, I'd work for 12 hours, I'd drink for 6 or 7, I'd pass out somewhere and come back and do it all over again. You know, I was on a pretty good run, so I would see a lot of crazy stuff. You know, being up and about for that many hours in Wrigleyville, it's the craziest place you'll ever be. There's a certain energy that draws you there. It's 3-0, runner at first. I think they want to give me something to hit here, so it's a special place. Now it's an amusement park because I hit it well, but not well enough. So it's hanging up there. I'll end up going 1 for 4 here. Hopefully, we're gonna 9-0. We'll get the win. But it's cool. Thank you for joining us. What do we got? Okay, buddy. All right.
This is a huge win to take this series on the road before heading back home. You go
to
home
work.
feeling good about yourselves. You've got some good momentum.
Copy you, big guy. What do you do for a living?
Gonna have to make
I want to get to heckling. I want to know why you're able to heckle me. Okay. I work in the film industry. I'm an assistant director and a studio mechanic. The shows that I work on are in hiatus, so I have some time off, my brother. I'm the only person, or 2 people, in the city of Chicago that's an assistant director and a studio mechanic, so you could eat my ass. Feel better, though, while you're eating my ass. Oh, man. Welcome into the Rick Dog Network, where we have we're getting some early morning heckling. It's a little early for that, but welcome in. It must be a Cub fan that got their ass whipped yesterday. Probably the guy who got beat up in the stands. It's all right, big guy. Hang in there. And I'll do some strength training. No. As we're rocking and rolling, some early morning. Last thing that was good about Jordan was Jordan, yeah. But it's okay because he was the greatest of all time. So sometimes you just drop the mic, no pun intended. Drop the mic. We don't even have, after that you could just shrug and we don't even got to do shit for the next 100. Like the Cubs didn't win for 108 years. We don't got to do shit for the next 108 years. Chicago sports sucks. You're not wrong. Yeah, I get it. I don't want to do that shit. I have to fix my loadouts, but I keep getting roped into another one. Thank you for joining us, where people are not feeling well here. Early morning COVID feel better session. I don't understand what's going on. What, Chicago's just... You've obviously never been to Chicago. Don't believe everything you see and read, my brother. Or sister, whatever you may be. Chicago's not as bad as the media makes it out to be. Now, it is run by crooks, though. I'll give you that. Let you talk shit about my city, homie. It's one of the greatest cities on the planet. Come spend summertime in the Chi. Shit, where are you from? Where are you from? That's not. You must. Here, let me guess. Who would heckle me being from Chicago? Only somebody from like the East Coast would do something like that. Like I could change where I'm from and where the film industry's at right now. Interesting conversation here. Early morning grind. As it's 2 outs, bottom of 1. Somebody is obviously a Cub fan.
In terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Look out, almost got him upstairs.
I don't understand what you're trying to say. I don't get what you're trying to say. I'm a human being, brother.
Next pitch
Welcome in to the
downstairs.
Rick Dog
And
Network.
it's 2-1.
Oh, man. Got a funny guy.
Next pitch is down.
3-1.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but
Gleyber
then
Torres on
panic at all
on
by the
deck.
hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat.
We're
with
trying
a
to figure
3-1
out
count.
what the hell this guy is talking about.
And he deals.
Ooh,
And
he
good
gone.
there as he gets a 1-2-3. And now the DH, Ricky Fuentes.
It's 3-0, bad guys.
Check swing, but he went too far. It's 0-1.
As we have our early morning heckler. We're trying to figure out what the fuck he's talking about.
And there's
Why
something you
he's so
don't see
angry.
very
It's
much
because
in
the
today's
COVID
game,
brings out the
pitch
worst
out.
in people. I'm 100% Puerto Riqueño. If you don't like that, you could kiss my brown ass.
Martinez over to first. Iden back in on a dive.
Like you're any better than I am.
Another throw over. And they're keeping him close.
You really came on here to talk shit? I forgot how this stuff works. Straight up to shoot.
Territory behind the plate. And there's 2 away.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice.
So who you got in the NBA Finals, you jackass?
So now it's the White Sox DH, Ricky Fuentes. And first
Foul ball,
offering is
0-1.
fouled off.
What'd you think?
The wind
Oh, no, there's no way that you like basketball.
It's 1-1.
There's way too many brothers running around.
Day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best
That's
stuff.
funny.
His paint in the corners, working
I
on
bet
the
you
edges and
like hockey,
changing
though.
speeds.
It's a hockey
It's a
guy.
difficult one. You tip your cap.
Next pitch in the dirt. And
It's not even a
ball
real
2.
sport. It's 2-1. It's 3-0, bad guys. Shot down the line, just foul.
And it goes just
A little late.
foul. 2-2 down.
That ball is well
Swing and a
struck.
drive.
Deep
Way back there.
to track. He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes.
Sixth home run of the season, and they're on the scoreboard.
Yes.
3-1.
I could talk shit and put one on the board. Fucking with the wrong dude from Chicago, will be.
Oh, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden they're back in this ball.
Next is the DH. A switch
So it's a
hitter, Ricky
3-2.
Fuentes.
Oh, okay.
He's already homered
Welcome
this
in.
game.
I hope my guy feels better. I'm
There's
sorry
no
he's so
doubt
angry at the
they'll feed
world.
off the energy from this crowd, right?
Everybody
I mean, yeah,
who
I'd
saw
say the
this morning,
intensity
it's
level's
not
gone
my
up a
fault.
few notches for sure.
That Chicago's beautiful.
Runner breaks for third.
Ball.
In the dirt.
It's not my
No,
fault
he steals
that the
third
Sox suck
easily.
and the Cubs suck and the Bulls have been ass and the Bears haven't been good since the Reagan administration. The Hawks, see, that's not true. The Blackhawks went on a little run there where they won a few championships. So the Cubs won a World Series and one of the greatest World Series of all time. And the White Sox won a championship in 05. So there hasn't been anything great in Chicago since then. I don't know. Taves and Kane, pretty great.
The 2-1.
Derrick Rose was pretty good, but there hasn't been anything, as good as MJ. But there never will be. There'll never be another Babe Ruth or Michael Jordan. And I bet you $20 you're a LeBron fan, maybe. Oh, no way.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes.
Judging the shit out of you. You're judging me. I'll judge you. But I hope you really do feel better. I hate that you're not feeling well. That sucks. That's a shot base hit. I'm having a ball game. Ties it up in the bottom of the eighth.
Always feels amazing
Yes.
getting the job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your
The
own
future
individual stats.
superstar.
Pitches away, and he did exactly what
Oh,
you're
current
supposed to do
superstar.
with
Fuck it.
Drive it the
He's
other
a
way.
sensation,
Just go
folks.
with the pitch. Now a huge
Showing you how it's done. Just a good piece of hitting. He fights the ball through the other side. It's a 2-1. Get 2-1 count. I'm gonna go for it. I got a good jump. Safe. Yes. As there's nothing but crime in Chicago. So if you just walk through Chicago, you have to. It's just like the Wild Wild West. No, you jackass. There's certain neighborhoods in Chicago where it's shitty, and you should probably stay out of them once it turns dark. And that's where all this stuff is centrally located. All right, but for the most part, 90% of Chicago is beautiful, and the neighborhoods that I'm from are beautiful. The only thing that's crooked in Chicago are the politicians and the amount of money that they're charging people to live in the city. All right, now they're running the real people, the Chicagoans, out of the city, so the rich folks could come and live in the high rises and live in all the nice portions. All right, so Chicago is changing. The politicians are ruthless. All right, they're looking to get as much money as they can. All right, so be careful what you're saying about a city. The people are very good. The portrayal is very bad. There's plenty of beautiful places. All right, the mayor could be a little bit better and do a much better job. I'm not going to be super critical of that, but I'm not going to get too much into politics. I'll talk and defend Chicago, even though it is crooked. It's still a beautiful place to live in. I'll go ahead and score the go-ahead run. Yeah. Thank you for joining me. I hope you feel better. Everything's going to be okay.
On this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and he'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
As the White Sox win, yes, this ball game is over.
Just can't forget your first save.
And the final score here, 4-3. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
Yes, I have to go back to the clubhouse because I had a huge game. The bomb, I had to cut it to 2. Then I had a base hit to tie it. Then I stole second and came around to score for the win. All while I was getting heckled. See, the funny thing is about me is that if you talk shit, I usually play a little better. I just need a little edge. But that comes from growing up in Chicago and watching Michael Jordan play for, 20 years of my life. So Michael Jordan graduated when I was in high school. Watching his greatness rubbed off on a lot of us. So we understand pressure situations. And when people talk shit, we step up and rise to the occasion. Rising and rising. Oh, man. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry that there's some upset people here. It's my first heckler. Not in life. Not in gaming. Since I've been streaming, I haven't had too many people on here, so this is the first jackass. But I forget that the world is angry and people rather be on the internet talking shit. And this is no different. So, whatever. I'm sorry, dude. As we'll redo. I don't even have loadouts right now. Oh, brother. What's going on here? Welcome in to the Rick Dog Network, where I can't get online. go check. Can't get any of my gear. Somebody keeps stealing my shoes. All right, I guess we can't get on. We'll just play without our loadouts and still dominate. Basically, when I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence. As
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
okay, whatever you want. Whatever you want, skipper. As starting pitcher, number 13, Rick Dog Network. Thank you for joining me. So we'll be pitching without our loadouts and shit like that, but at least I have my. It's without my gear. I think I have some of my loadout. I could probably just start my PlayStation over again and fix this.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the San Francisco Giants going up against the Chicago White Sox.
Thank you for joining me. Sit back, relax, and strap it down. We have White Sox baseball coming your way.
Started after this. So just about set now. Towing the slab in today's game, Ricky Fuentes.
He finally picked up his first win of the season. Took him a few starts.
It's an early morning grind session here. Nick Madrigal moving around, comes up to lead it off.
Here's Nick Madrigal.
First pitch from the network.
Madrigal having a lot more success on the road
Strike
this
at
season.
99. As I'm a two-way sensation. As I just won the last game offensively, then I get to grab my glove and get out here and pitch. It's awesome. Hopefully you enjoy it, folks. We're on the south side of Chicago.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it.
I'm a north sider. I grew up on the north side.
Stays alive.
In the shadows of Wrigley Field, I grew up. Less than, what is it? My grammar school is about less than a mile away from Wrigley Field. My high school is exactly 2 miles. We used to do our walkathon there and back every year. So,
And there's a foul ball.
talking Chicago since people are hating this morning.
Here comes a pitch.
0-2
Foul ball, he
to
stays
Madrigal,
alive.
who is a good slash hitter, a former White Sox.
And
We
here
traded
goes.
last season for a guy. We just, that ball was hit straight away left field. That's going to be one down.
away.
So Madrigal moving around. He's a good ball player, second baseman. Welcome in to the Rick Dog Network as we have people joining in. Don't forget to follow in. Thank you for chiming in. All conversation is welcomed.
And
That's
foul
a chopper.
ball.
0-1, 1 out.
The pitch. Swing and a
Good hard
miss.
fastball.
And
0-2
strike two.
to Diaz.
Swing.
He gone.
Struck him out. 2 out.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably
He's got the
so.
good
No
stuff
two
on the
count.
mound.
You feel like
Throwback
you've got a lot of plate to cover,
action. We're in
and
the
you don't
throwback
wanna
unis in
strike out, and you end up
1983.
striking out. That's just one of those
The uniforms
pitches
that
where
the Sox
it's
had
not
when I
on
was
the
born,
plate,
I love them. I
because you
have the
committed to
jersey.
it
I might
as it
even
was
put it
leaving
on
his
before
hand.
the end of this
By the
game.
time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
The deeper I get
And
into
now
this
pick
game, the
number
more Sox
99,
gear I'm going to
Aaron
have on.
Judge.
And
In
strike
there for
one.
strike
0-1.
For Judge,
Got 2
he's
outs here in the
really
top of the
developed
first.
into more than just a
Big
power
Aaron
hitter.
Judge,
He covers the plate
who's
well,
been
shows
moved
impressive
over
awareness of the
to
strike
San
zone to boot.
Francisco.
That's critical.
As
Very
it pops it
important.
up.
If you want to be one
I
of
don't
the
know where it's
best
at.
to ever
0-2.
play, it can't be all about hitting home runs. You have to have plate
Thank you for
discipline as
joining
well.
us on the network. We're having some fun.
2 outs.
It's just lighthearted, guys. Just
And it's fouled away.
I don't take things too seriously.
No score, just getting started. Top of the first.
Try to keep it about sports. So if you want to talk some playoff basketball, that's what I've been paying attention to. With the Bulls had a halfway decent season. They got bounced quickly, not surprised. But now you get into the thick of things. And Boston did their thing last night. Not too surprised that they bounced back. They have a tough team. They've been consistent all season long. So, that's going to be a back and forth series. But the big story in basketball was Ja Morant drops 47. Oh, man, he's only 23, 22. He's just so young to be doing this. We were talking earlier about how he reminds me of Derrick Rose, but, he's just exceeding that because he has a certain attitude and a certain even more killer instinct. And, Derrick Rose was unbelievable, especially in pressure situations, but he didn't embrace everything like this guy's doing. So we'll see. I'm hoping he stays healthy. They were able to knock. Also, he drops 47. That's just a bit outside. And hang on for the win. So he's the man out there. He's beating his chest, talking smack to the great Steph Curry. I think that series is going to go deep. And I think my personal belief is that Golden State's going to get the win on that one. But we'll see. Let me know what you think out there. If you're even a basketball person. But thank you for joining.
Seen the curveball a couple of times in this at bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
As it's 2-2 here in the top of 2.
Left-hand hitter waits.
As he chops it foul. It remains 2-2.
Action to it. Velocity pretty good on that slider. So far, moving the ball around nicely.
Here's the pitch. There's a chopper. With the shift, it's a tough play, so he just keeps it in the infield. That'll be the first hit of the game for the Giants. Thank you for joining in. Don't forget to follow. I don't have too many followers, so it'd be great. We're talking sports, NBA action. Ja Morant, huge, almost dropped 50. He's only the third person to have back-to-back 45-point games under 23 years old. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. I really, really do. He's an unbelievable player. I'm trying to get this guy out here. Too slow. Yeah, we're talking NBA. Morant, it's unbelievable. I like seeing what he's doing out there. He's throwing his punch right back at the former champs. I think Golden State's going to do big things this year. I think that they're they just have too much talent out there. But I've been wrong. I haven't watched every game they played this season. I'm going off a hunch. I watched a lot of Bulls basketball, which was fun early and not fun late, we'll see what they do with their team. And that's a shot, base hit, and it's going to be first and second. With only one out, I'm yapping away. Got to concentrate. I'm a two-way sensation. I play shortstop, switch hitter, and then I also pitch every 5th day. All right, so I just got my first win on the mound last time, so I'm like 1 and whatever. Struggling as a pitcher, just got called up to the big leagues. But I'm hitting well in the big leagues, about 150 at-bats in. So it's been fun. 2 seasons into my road to the show. That's a good pitch, 1-1. Trying to get it going. I think we have a future Hall of Famer on our hands, as the Sox have gotten rid of everybody just to bring me in here, even though Jerry's not paying me. So typical White Sox, not paying anybody and getting rid of everybody. So welcome in. What do you think? Who do you think's gonna? Thank you for joining. Thank you for following. Follow me. Follow me into freedom. That's well hit. Into the gap. Makes the play. We'll get it back in here. It's 2 down. So I'm trying to pitch my way out of this one. As we were talking playoff basketball and John Morant, what do we think about him? Do you think they have what it takes to knock off the Golden State Warriors? I don't think they do. What's going on here? Okay. Check that out. No. The first one looks good. Does Boston have what it takes to knock off the defending champs? I don't think they do.
Foul ball.
I think Boston goes down in 7.
Numbers are occupied with 2 down.
I think Milwaukee's too good.
Next
What do you
offering
think?
is in for a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Trying to get one here. As he foul
Now fly
shanks
ball
it. I
right
thought it was a
center.
foul ball.
And he makes the grab.
Nicely done.
And the inning is over.
As we pitch out of it.
Leave a couple. They're down 1-0.
Thank you for joining me. We're talking basketball and baseball. That's kind of what's in session for me right now. Kind of a fair weather hockey fan.
The third inning. Here's Mike
And the
Zunino.
Hawks were good. I was all in there like, oh yeah, man, I had my
Up there.
Kane jersey.
He's looking to do damage with
I feel like I'm a little different. I grew up playing a little hockey here. So I kind of have, but the Blackhawks for 2 decades gave up on their fans, so we gave up on them. So yeah, and I'm watching a lot of baseball, played baseball,
Fuentes back to
played a
work.
little football, but the Bears suck.
And that one fouled off.
So they drafted well, it felt like, even though they somehow fit. How the fuck did the Bears draft a
Right-hander
punter?
kicks, deals.
See, that explains everything you need to know about them.
Skips into third.
Fucking punter. That's when you know you're in complete disarray. That's the second time we've done that, too. Oh, brother. These guys stink.
And it is
But
2-1.
it's baseball season, and the Cubs were now dropped to 9 and whatever, 12, and the Sox are just a game or two better. But they won 2 in a row. They're trying to turn it around. And maybe we could use the Cubs as a springboard here. As they won, Sox won 3-1 yesterday over the Cubbies at Wrigley. It was a fun one, a cold one, which is going to be another cold one if you're going to the game today. It's going to be between 40 and 50 by the lake. It's going to be. Make sure you drink an extra beer if you go out to the Cubs game today, because you're going to need that insulation by the lake. It's going to be cold. So, if you're betting the Cubs game, bet the under. You got 2 aces on the mound. Bet the under. Sox win 2-0, 2-1 maybe. My pick to click. Who's my pick to click? I was thinking about this earlier. I'm going to go with Jose Abreu. Pick to click Jose Abreu and Giolito / the pitcher. So that's what we got going on. I think it's a 6:40 start. That's slipped. It's 2-0, 1 out. 1-0 lead for the good guys. We have haters in the there's people heckling me in here, which is okay. I don't mind that. I could handle that. I'm a grown ass man. I'm 40. Give it to me. Talk to me. I'm a grown ass man. But I don't mind. My guy's angry and talking shit about my city of Chicago, which I'll never stand for. We're proud. If you're from Chicago, we're pretty proud. Don't believe the media and everything they say. Yeah, there's bits and pieces of Chicago that I won't even walk into, especially when it gets dark. And I work in the film industry, and they won't let us film in Inglewood and stuff like that. You're damn right. It's not a good place. But there's plenty of good action and beautiful places and places to eat and drink and laugh and have a good time in the city of Chicago. So don't come like that and trying to act like just because you see the kill ratio. All those, they're trying to drive those numbers up. They're trying to make everybody panic. Whatever. I don't want to get too, but they talk shit about the city of Chicago. Plenty. Come enjoy the summertime in the Chi. Ain't no better place. Go watch a baseball game at Wrigley Field. Do yourself the favor. Thank you for joining me on the network. We're getting heckled. Do anything. We got 21 followers. All right, top of 4. Talking Cubs and Sox. Talking NBA. This is a backhand, nicely done. 1 down.
That's the first out in the top of the 4th. Up to the plate, it's Brandon Belt.
Don't forget to bet the under tonight with it's Hendricks and Giolito on the mound. Close. It'd be a, maybe the Cubs.
And it's 1-0.
I'm not a bettor. I'm not too much of a gambler. I know my sports, but when it comes to gambling, it's a little different. I've had enough addictions in my life. I don't need a gambling addiction. But I don't mind, And I'll also give you this piece of advice. Whenever I usually say something, I don't know. It depends. If I bet on it, I'm usually wrong. But if I say something, I'm usually right. We'll find out. Tune in tomorrow. I'll be back. I'm usually on at about 5:30 in the morning. I'm an early riser. If I'm not working, if I'm on hiatus in the film industry, I'll be up early. Hey, I got a trophy. Coming in hot. I don't know what it was, but I like it. It's 1-0. Good guys. It's 2 outs. Top of 4. As we're getting trophies. We're talking White Sox baseball mostly. Talking Wrigley Field. Tell me you like Wrigleyville. Anybody ever been to Wrigley Field? I used to be a huge hater, even though I grew up in the neighborhood. It's the greatest place ever. There's bars with batting cages upstairs called sluggers. Like everywhere you look, there's a bar. There's drunk women, humans, men. I'm telling you, Wrigleyville is crazy. I work as a security there for a while. Wild place, and I did some work there as a drunk too. So, Cubs and Sox at Wrigley for a cold one. Seeing if the Sox could win 3 of 4, win 3 in a row. Let's get hot, people, because I think we play the Yankees next. Doesn't get any easier as the Yankees are red hot. How about that? They struggled last year, but that kind of lineup, can't be too surprised. I'll step out here. Full count, 2 outs, nobody on. And I want to make the right pitch here. I've been leaving a lot of stupid things up in bad situations. I want to keep my pitches down. Try to pick up my second win of the season here. So listen to my catcher. Oh, I let him off the hook. Thank you for following. Thank you for listening in. Early morning grind. So I'll probably hop off here and go check on my cat. If I've been on for a couple hours here. Strike one.
There was a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration.
Strike 2.
Previous hitter. It's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Ground ball left side over to Torres. Third out, and that ends the frame. One left for San Francisco. They still trail 1-0. Back here on the south side, ready now for the
all right.
And digging in for San Francisco, Brandon Crawford.
So I'm listening in.
Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills
as well. Thank you for joining me here.
The arm just stands out and he makes all the plays.
So we're cruising along on the mound.
First offering is fouled off.
1-0, good guys. Top of 5.
The pitch. And it's even up.
Thank you for joining. I was saying that I'm usually on early in the morning, so I'll be back on 5:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. I think I have a feeling this is going to be my last game, as I want to do some editing and stuff. I don't like playing in front of 1 or 2 people, so come check out my TikToks and spread the word if you like what I'm doing here. I'm very new to this. I've only been doing it, I'd say, about a month. I think my quality of production has moved up. You know, I have a better presentation, which I feel is very important. Now I have to become much better on social media because I've given up on human beings and social media. And having this conversation in this chat today is a lot of the reason why I
experience
think
as a hitter.
people
watching
have a
that
lot
go
of
by.
issues, you know.
And
But
now
that's
the
all.
count
That's
is
all good.
even.
So it's the whole reason why I kind of ignore social media and just kind of root for the Sox and don't get into it with people. But people
Next
need help.
offering is in for a strike.
People need to have these type of conversations, and that's why I'm choosing to come on Twitch every morning, because I know there's going to be people like this who are going to challenge me and try to bring the hate and anger out of people. But definitely not going to do it. I've lived too long, and I've had
And
too
the
much of a
right-hander
journey,
deals.
and a wild one too at that,
On the
to
ground.
let people like that ruin us. So I
Sends
hope
it to
everybody's
first,
chilling. I know that
and
that
the
guy was
first
out with
two
COVID.
set
He wasn't
down at the
feeling
top
well.
of the fifth.
So
Well, he's
let's
doing
get
a
it
nice
together,
job
people.
of
We're all
keeping
stuck on
guys
this
out of
planet
the
together.
air, lets the defense work
Let's
behind him with another ground ball.
let's treat it
Good
right and
execution.
understand that no other human being is better than the next. So that's why I choose to be on this platform. And I like to game early in the morning. I'm not working right now, so I think it's a good way to get a good positive word about sports, about Chicago sports. We can goof around and have a good time here on the Rick Dog Network, where I've been in television production for a long time. So I also produce the podcast, which is right above. That's Kimboology. That's my partner. So don't forget to tune into that as well. So positive vibes here. Early morning.
Kicks and
I'll be
fires.
back on. I think I have my schedule up and running.
And that's downstairs and outside.
Thank you for joining me here. We're having fun, talking shit on the Rick Dog. It's not always this serious. It's usually a lot of fun in games.
The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
Oh boy.
It's tough after falling
It's
behind
2
a
outs,
hitter,
run
2
around.
balls and no strikes,
Nick
but now at least he
Madrigal.
gets a fresh start
Not
against
the
a
guy
good
you want to
batter,
see
but he
in
needs
this
to get
situation.
back into the
Curveball.
strike zone and start pitching with
Got him.
conviction.
Midway through the fifth. We're cruising along here. Hopefully we can get some support. Finish this session off with a W. Thank you for joining me here on the Rick Dog Network. As you take a look at our measly championship banners, we'll take it here in White Sox land. We don't give a shit about anybody else. We'll take our 15,000 people we get a night over idiot fans any day of the week. We have a strong fan base, which people probably don't understand from outside of Chicago. The White Sox fans are pretty loyal. We won't go to the games unless you're winning. We won't show up to the ballpark because we're the blue-collar, hard-working. We can't afford it. But people keep fighting in the stands. They keep broadcasting it. So they keep raising the prices to was it $8 for a hot dog I went on Monday. We're not going to show up. So, we have, if you build a good team, Sox fans, if you build it, we will come. So it's up to the owners, which they're doing a good job, I feel like. They're trying. Bull's trying, but trying's not good enough. He gone. Got to get the job done, or else we'll be in back. We're under 500 right now. Now it's up to the players and the coaching staff to get that shit done. Here comes Big Aaron Judge. I'm still cruising along here. Top of 6 on the Rick Dog Network as he chops it foul 0-1. As I'm a two-way sensation. This is my rookie season. I'm getting into it now. We have about 40 or 50 games left in this season. We're at a lot of games under 500 as Jerry Reinsdorf has unloaded a lot of good Sox players here in this virtual White Sox team. Oh, that ball hit well. And looks like he's got a beat on it.
And there are 2 down.
Whew. He hit it off the end of the bat, Aaron Judge. And he's strong enough to get it out that way, but it's 2 down.
Brandon Bell, the next Giants.
Who do you think's going to win in the NBA's guys tonight? I know there's a couple games. Who do you have? I think you got Dallas and Phoenix. I'm pretty sure they're playing either today or tomorrow.
It really looks like these hitters have been in
And the other
between
one is
with their
Miami.
timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider.
What do you think's
but
going to
they've
happen there,
not been
Miami
able
and
to
Philly?
commit to one velocity and
I felt
stay
like
there.
Miami was going to pull that out, that series. So we'll see what happens tonight. I think Miami's just been the more consistent team. You got Embiid out with a broken face.
And that one
There's
wraps
no
the
way they
foul.
pull that out, right? Yeah, but you never know.
That pitch back.
It's not like Miami. Miami's been consistent, but they're not always. I don't trust them for some reason either. So that should be a good one. And Dallas
Next offering is
and Phoenix
downstairs.
is a good one. I don't know why that just feels like a good matchup. I feel Phoenix is going to win at the end. What do you think? Let me know. Go ahead and Don't be afraid to type it in. I don't give a shit.
Only
People
two
talking
now.
shit or chiming in. Don't.
He
We
swings,
accept
hits a
all as
fly
that
ball
balls hit
center
deep
field.
to center
Roberts could have
field, but
this
it's
one.
gonna be caught.
And that is that.
3. As we're midway through
Top
the
of
6,
order,
people.
two up in the home
The
half
Rick
of
Dog
6.
Network is cruising
It's the
along.
White Sox 1 and the Giants
Yes,
nothing.
I'm waiting for Larry Garcia to retire so I could get my number 28 back. Welcome in to White Sox baseball. As they're going to pull me. A 1-0 game. Let's see if I could. Would they hang on to get the W? We don't. We get the loss. It's okay. It's okay. I'm like 1-4. My struggle as a pitcher, kind of. Not really. My numbers, my ERA will be down. I just won't have the wins. Thank you for joining me here on the Rick Dog Network. I truly appreciate it. I think I had my first heckler. I appreciate it. I think I handled it with class. I hope he doesn't hate me for talking shit back. Feel better, Big A. And then I had a follower. Thank you. And make sure you tune in and let everybody know. Tomorrow morning at 5:30, we'll talk. We'll rehash what happened with the Cubs and the Sox, and we'll go over playoff basketball. Talk about the weather in Chicago. That sucks. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I really do. That's all she wrote, folks. Thank you for joining me on the Rick Dog Network. Good day.